We were studying about one-dimensional arrays. As you have studied about arrays in the last video, you know what are arrays and how to declare them. Now let's first see how to access them. Suppose I have an array of size 5. So first I will declare it, and to declare an array I have to write int a, then 5 in the square brackets and a semicolon. So through this way I have a series of variables. Now to access them we have to change the subscript, and you have to note it here that they are always start with 0. So to initialize them I have to write a, the 0th element of the array will get the value 10, then a 1 will get 20, then a 2 will get 30, then you can write a 3, okay, 3 will get 40, and a 4 will get 50. So these are the 5 variables which are consisted in the array. So if an array is of size n, then the starting address will be 0 and the ending address will be n minus 1. So here I have the array of size 5 and my starting element will be started from 0 and it ends up at 4, which is 5 minus 1, 4. And you can also declare and initialize it as you can also write if you don't want to write this much long, then you can also write like at the time of declaration int a5, then in the curly brackets you can give the values like 10, 20, 30, 40, then 50, and the semicolon here. So both will mean the same thing. Now you know an array always start with 0. So let's create a program in which user has to enter marks of 5 different subjects, and we will show the total of the marks. So that's the quite easy program, but only you have to know is the concept of arrays to store 5 different values in an array. You can also do the same program using 5 variables, but that's not the required thing to write an effective program. So to write an effective program we must have to use here 5 you have to use one array of size 5. So let's start by writing the code. So I need an array first, so I will write int marks is the name of the array, its size is 5, and I require a variable total, and I initialize its value with 0. Then also I need a variable I here. Okay, so here I have declared one integer type array of size 5 which will hold marks of 5 subjects. Then I have declared two variables of integer type, that is total and I variable. So here total variable will store the summation of all 5 marks. So I have initialized its value with 0. I variable will be used in loop to store 5 values, otherwise we have to write scanf 5 times. So instead of writing it 5 times I will use a loop here to store 5 times, and if I want to display the marks, so I will do that in the same loop as well. So now let's store marks and add it in the total variable. So for that I will write printf, then here %d, then we want to store the value no, first we have to ask the user to enter values. So here I will write enter marks of 5 subjects, then backward slash n. Okay, then I will use a loop, for loop, for I is equals to 0 and I is less than 5, and then I plus plus curly brackets, and then scanf percentage d. Then I want to store at the address of the marks, and here in the square brackets I have to give the element number. So first will be 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So it is as same as the value of I variable which is in the loop. So here I will write I and a semicolon. So when the value of I is 0, here the value is stored at the 0th element of the marks array. Then the value of I becomes 1. The value will be stored at the first element, then second, then third and then fourth. So as the value is stored in the array, I want to add into the total variable. So I will write total is equals to total plus marks variable, and here I have to add the address of at the element of ith value. Okay, then we have 4 ended, and after that we can write printf, then total marks is equals to percentage d. Then we have to give the total variable here and a semicolon and get ch at the end and a semicolon. So here I have started the loop from 0 to 4. Also I am storing the entered marks in the total variable side by side. So as soon as the value is entered by the user, they will be added to the total variable. So let's see the output of the program. So just run it. Okay, now let's enter 5 numbers. Okay, here you can see we are getting the summation of all 5 entered numbers. So today you learned about one-dimensional arrays, how to initialize them, how to use them in your program using loops. In the next video, you will learn about two-dimensional arrays. Thank you.